So for my social media segment this week, I think what I'm going to talk about is search engine optimization. And search engine optimization sounds really fancy, but hopefully a lot of you already have like a basic knowledge of what it is. But basically, search engine optimization is making your website or your Etsy shop or your eBay listings or whatever most friendly to search engines like Google or Yahoo, or what are these funny ones? I only use Google, so I know there's a ton of search engines out there, and there are some search engines that are safer than others. Like there's one has something to do with a duck. You guys know what I'm talking about, but it hides your searches, so advertisers can't find you. I don't really care if they kind of follow what I search, because then on my phone I get interesting blogs and articles on what I searched on. Like my upcoming Miami trip, I get a lot of updates in my Google News about Art Basel events and things like that. And so I don't know, I don't really care about that. What you have to be careful about is giving people access to your passwords and things like that. Like I once was sent an email that made it look like I was supposed to be updating my account for PayPal, but really it was someone getting my information. That was years ago, at the very beginning of me starting out on the internet, and a lot of people starting out on the internet. So I got over $1,000 stolen from my PayPal account. I got it back and PayPal was great, but you just have to be careful not to click on links in your email. Anyway, I digress. I want to talk about search engine optimization. So what is search engine optimization? Like I was saying, it's optimizing your listings or whatever your web presence is so that search engines and people who are looking for items you sell can find you. So in relation to your art, it's making sure your listings are findable by people looking for your kinds of things. One of the examples is someone recently told me, oh my gosh, your art would be so cute in a baby nursery. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is such a good idea. I could totally see some of my, like my panda art and my giraffes and all my animals, like I could see them fitting really well into like a baby nursery decor. So I went into Etsy and changed what are called tags in all my Etsy listing to include baby decor, nursery art, baby shower gift. I put those tags in my Etsy listing. What are tags? Tags are simply short phrases or even single words that people would use to find you. And there's a section in Etsy that allows you to upload, like, I think it's like 13 tags. So for example, my panda painting, my tags for my panda painting would be panda, panda art, animal art, art, print, big, huge if I'm offering it in a really large size, nursery art, baby gift, baby shower, maybe, I don't know, Chinese, animal, I don't know what else I have, painting, watercolor. Those are all the tags that I use most often on my Etsy listings. Sometimes I use handmade, custom, portrait. So those are just some of my tags that I use. And the reason I use those is those are the words that people are going to use to find me on Etsy. So tags are important to search engine optimization because they help people find you. Another thing that can really help get you listed higher in the Google results, because it's all about getting your stuff listed higher in the Google results, right? So and there's little tricks within Etsy, and then there's tricks just with Google. So I'll just talk more in general about the larger internet instead of just Etsy, because you can go on Etsy and look in the forums, search engine optimization, and find a lot of things specific to how to get your listings found on Etsy. So on Google, like for your web page, one of the really good tricks to getting your items higher up in the searches is keeping your website active. Like if you have an art website or an Etsy website, You always want to be updating it and changing it and keeping it really changing and it, because the search engines can see if there's been a lot of activity on a website, a lot of changes or a lot of visits, and the more popular and the more more dynamic your website is, the higher up in the listing. So another good thing is to use Twitter and Pinterest and Facebook and show your art on those websites with a link to your Etsy shop or to your web page or wherever it is, your blog, wherever it is that you want people to find you, because the more links on the more different websites that you have, the higher up in the Google searches you are. So you might notice, you might think I'm nuts because, oh my gosh, there's Rachel, she's on Pinterest, she's on Twitter, she's on Facebook, she's on Blogger. I know it gets kind of crazy, but I do have a method to my madness. That is, the more links I have out there on different websites to my art, preferably with a picture so people actually can see my art too, the higher up in my search results I will be in Google. So that's kind of important to getting your stuff in front of people out there in the bigger world. So, and I don't do it nearly enough. I mean, there's only so much I can do, and that's why I like Hootsuite, and it's spelled Hootsuite, and that's a website that you can use to schedule postings on like Facebook and Blogger and Twitter, and there's other ones too. I don't think they do Pinterest. I wish they did, because Pinterest is a great one, and I just hardly ever post on Pinterest because, you know, I always also work full-time, so it's just hard to keep track of it all. But if you really want to be effective, you'll be posting on all these websites as much as possible. I'm on Instagram a lot too. That is just a little tip on how to get your art or whatever it may be that you're selling higher up in the search results for better search engine optimization. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I hope that helped. Have a great week.